Bible says, teach us to number our days, that we might apply our hearts to wisdom. The greatest mistake anybody can make is not to understand time and season.
I came to talk. I came to gist. I came to swagger. I came to ginger. I came to vibrate.
If you're going to succeed tomorrow, make your head sweat. You won't die. Decisions make men. Till you see it in your eye, you cannot get it. Nothing starts until you start. When you start, everything starts. Find where you are going to first. When you define your target, direction appears automatically. And then your direction will connect you to your association. Success is not that I'm the best in this industry. I am the most obsessed. Gravity is a law. Whatever goes up must come down. You can never stay up forever. So if you are going up, learn to build people beside you. Learn to grow with people. Learn to carry others along. Because if you don't carry others along, when you get to the peak, there will be nobody to give you support system from one level to the other. Once the light shines, the power of that bulb has begun to die. As you are shining today, you are already depleting the energy you are carrying. The resources that took you there is burning out. That bulb cannot stay on forever. Another bulb will replace it. So as you succeed, know that your expiry time has come. So start getting others ready who will either take your place or you can mentor them. Learn to be part of making history in other people's lives. Tomorrow has started. Once your shine has come, know that your end has started already. Build people, build men, and build the society. Hi everyone, my name is Ubong and I want to just make this video as a life lesson to everybody, especially if you are successful. I have mentioned in one of my videos that between two mountains of success, there's the valley of failure. The first enemy of success is success. Between two mountains of success, there's a valley of failure. When you get here, complacency sets in. So you gradually start going down. The only way to move from one mountain to another mountain is to build a bridge. Yeah? And what is a bridge? A bridge is people. People. If you want results in 3 months, plant corn. Instant business. If you want results in 1 year, plant yam. But if you want result of a lifetime, plant men. When you become weak here, these people are the ones that will carry you. You don't eat alone.
It's a beautiful month here for us at the Ubong Foundation, to his friends, his family, and his mentees, as we count down to the 5th birthday posthumously of Dr. Ubong Thompson King. It's a Tribes Challenge Day 2, and I welcome you once to this exciting time. You can tell that yesterday was quite electrifying, and today we're looking forward to a much better event, as we have 2 major tribes that are going to be slugging it out today. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's event, hosted by the Ubong Foundation, you're welcome to the Tribes Challenge. Let me see the comments. Drop in the comments. Let me see if you're engaging. Let me see the fire signs. Let me see the thumbs up. Yeah, nice one. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we'll just do a quick recap of what happened yesterday. We had the first tribe challenge yesterday between the energizers and the disruptors. And I can tell you that we learned a whole lot from yesterday's event. You know, there was a lot of nuggets that were dropped. There were a lot of insights. There were a lot of, if you choose to use the word revelation. And today is another day, and it is going to be much better. And we are going to take it much higher than what happened yesterday. So we had an epic battle between the Energizers and the Disruptors. And at the end of the race, the Energizers, who were represented by Dikachi and Fabian, edged out the Disruptors, who were represented by Sunday and Udeme, by 82 points to 63 overall. And they were handling the topic, why mindset transformation is key to personal and national growth and development. Now, today is another day, and we have another epic battle. And today it's going to be the Thinkers tribe versus the Focus tribe. It's going to be electric. It's going to be off the hook. You can't afford to miss it. So quickly put a call through to your friends, share the link to your friends, to your families, and let everybody be part of this. Today they'll be talking on a very interesting topic. Yesterday that Nigeria is building up to a very critical moment in its history as we're counting down to the 2023 general elections. And lately, you would have noticed that there's been a lot of youth involvement on social media and off social media. There's been a lot of awareness, there's been a lot of engagement by young people, by youths. And so these two tribes will be handling the topic, youth engagement in grassroots politics. I bet you it's going to be very interesting, and you cannot afford to miss it. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, let us meet the representatives of the Thinkers tribe and the Focus tribe. Welcome them to the studio. Let's see your comments. Drop your comments in the studio as we welcome those that will be holding the conversation tonight. Okay, for the Thinkers tribe, please can you introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Esther Solomon, and I'm representing the Thinkers tribe tonight. I'll be talking about youth involvement in grassroots politics. Trust me, you'll love it. See you there. Thank you for being part of us here.
You're welcome, Esther.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, can we have more introductions? If you can hear me, go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. I am Rukalke Ige from the Focus Tribes, and I'll be discussing on the topic that says youth engagement in grassroots politics. Thank you.
Good evening, friends and guests. Good evening, honorable members. Good evening, fellow troublemakers in the house. My name is Tolulokpe Omoyeni. I am a Focus Tribe ambassador, and I'm going to be speaking on the motion, Youth Engagement in Grassroots Politics. I hope that you wait to the end of the session so you have a full gist of today's session. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Esther, Tolulokpe, and Jemima. You're welcome to the platform. And today we're going to do justice to the topic. The rules are very simple, but before I get onto the rules, I would like to, though you might not see them on the screen just yet, our judge for tonight is Judge Ruth. She did a fantastic job yesterday, and she's waiting in the wings to score the conversation. And we also have Princess, who is going to be our timekeeper. So you have to make sure that you keep to time so that she doesn't become a boogeyman in the midst of your conversation. Now, the rules are very simple, and it goes this way. You have 5 minutes for major presentation and 2 minutes for the summary. So your first speaker is going to take 5 minutes each, and also you run a summary for 2 minutes. Now, if we have a bit of time, we can take some bonus non-scoring communication as it goes. So we are getting straight into the business of the day, and I noticed we have 2 versus 1, but in the course of it, we are going to balance that out as the conversation goes. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, once again, welcome to the Tribes Challenge. Thinkers versus Focus Tribe. Who is going to go first? Fingers crossed, drum roll. Please, let's welcome the representative of the Thinkers Tribe to take on the major conversation for 5 minutes, and your time starts the moment you start talking. I yield the mic.
And of the greatest Nigerian youth, Great. Ever sagacious Nigerian youths. Great. Good morning, good day, my moderators, my chairman, my members, and my ever listening audience. My name is Esther Solomon, and I represent the Thinkers Tribe. Tonight, I'll be talking on the motion that says youth involvement in grassroots politics. Of course, you've heard this. Whenever we want to listen to Ubong King, he says lions roar. We say "Ow!" It doesn't mean that he's going to be one old man who is seated there to roar. No, he's talking about people who are actively involved in this business. Of course, you know that every youth can be a thinker. Yes, he or she is an organizer. A youth is simply someone who falls under the age of teenagehood and adulthood. Guess what? You cannot afford to miss it because politics simply means an engagement that surrounds an activity. Yes. What do you now think is grassroots? Grassroots simply means a particular geographical area that covers it. It might be the lowest geographical area, but trust me, you will love it. Look at the instance of yesterday when we started the event, whereby Mommy Ubong King had to tell us about herself when she met Dr. Ubong King. She said Dr. Ubong King started touching lives ever before they started cutting, which simply means he is a youth at that point in time and he had started touching lives. Guess what? This is an amazing fact about life. So youth involvement in grassroots politics is simply telling you that every youth has a role to play. Yes, you fall under the age of teenagehood and then you're going into adulthood. Yes, you fall under that age called youth and you have a role to play. See the nation, look at what is happening, and then we have to give presidential speech and they are calling agbado, corn, just to what bring out whatever it is. But when you start at a small level and you know your perspective, you know your goals and objective, it makes you stand out. I look at the instance of today, Dr. Betta Edu. Dr. Betta Edu started from being the vice president of the student union government in University of Calabar, and then she digressed to be the commissioner of health for the Cross River State. And thereafter, she moved on to be the APC women leader of our present nation, Nigeria, which is an amazing grassroots, moving on from teenagehood, moving on from our youth in terms of leadership qualities. A lot of us might lose the interest and we're like, well, how can I start? Like, where is it meant to be? So you see that, nowadays where we title God paradigm, and you'll be like, can I ever partake in grassroots politics? Is it ever possible? Yes, it is possible. Can we start from somewhere? Guess what? You can start from being active in activities that happen. Let's start from volunteering. You can start volunteering for different community involvement in your community, and then that is a good way to start grassroots politics. What about using your social media platform? We find that nowadays a lot of teenagers, they fail to use their social media platform to pass out any message. All they do is trending issues that will not even play significant role. Are you obedient? Have you even gotten your PVC? Do you know what it is now to get this permanent voters card and then use it to franchise your rights? This is what engagement in grassroots politics is all about. Now, I also want you to know that it doesn't matter that you have to start or be the president. You can start from somewhere that is in your community where you find yourself. And youth engagement, because youth are energizers. I listened to a story this evening about Ubong King, where they asked him, why do you call yourself your troublemaker? He's simply telling you that he has the power to disrupt, like he wants to change your mindset. That mindset is what he has changed in me today. And presently, I'm 21 years old, and I'm a student nurse, and I engage in politics right in my campus, and I'm presently the public relation officer, which gives me a definite example of what grassroots politics is. Tomorrow, you might see me become the president of the nation, but trust me, I've played a role in volunteering. I've played a role in reaching out to people wherever I'm found. One thing you need to know too is that this thing takes a process. Yes, you need to network with like minds. You need people who share the same minds with you, and enough is enough of what you've heard before. Your own can be a change. You need to change your mentality in grassroots politics or what you've heard before. Like, for example, we have a political organization for youth which is called ID Youth Lagos, and it is organized by the All Progressive party, because what they want to see youth engage in politics and at their various levels. You can start from being a counselor, wherever you find yourself. That is what this is telling us tonight. That is, whatever you've heard before about politicians, whatever it is, look at the instance of Daniel in the Bible, or look at the instance of David in the Bible. He knew that he had a heart. He knew that God had a purpose for him, and then he made Jonathan his friend. Imagine making Jonathan his friend. He knew that he did it. I'm sure you've heard this word tonight, that you can be a change agent and every youth has a role to play. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Esther.
Thank you very much, Esther. I'm sure you can all attest to the fact that she brought the energy to the party. There was absolutely no dull moment with Esther's presentation, and a huge thank you. And that's Esther, the lead speaker for the Thinkers Tribe. Let me see the comments. Let me see the applause. Let me see the thumbs up. Come on, give it up for Esther. She's done a fantastic job to the topic. Thank you once again, Esther. Before we move on to the representative of the Focus Tribe, I'd like to share some of the key points that I picked up from Esther's presentation. Interestingly, I think this is a case of a round peg in a round hole, because Esther is a PRO in our campus and she's quite involved in politics. So I think we could say that though at 21, she's speaking from the point of experience. So she said that, and from what I picked, she said that the youths have a role to play in politics. That you should not see yourself as too young. The moment you hit that age of 18, that there should be some level of involvement where you can start at a certain level within your community to be involved in politics. And you can start by volunteering, either in a political party or a community platform. And you can make use of your social media for sensitization. And at the same time, it's important as a young person that you should get your PVC. It's not just about going on social media and making all the noise and creating all the buzz. That you should ensure that you have your PVC. Start in your community and also change your mindset about youth politics. Yesterday, we dealt with mindset, but this is totally a different skew because it deals with politics. So she said that first of all, you need to change your mindset, and you can strive to be a counselor at that level, for a start. She also cited an instance of a lady in Cross River State who started as with her involvement in the SUG and moved on to become Commissioner of Health. And she's now a leading women leader in one of the leading political parties in Nigeria. So thank you very much, Esther, for your time. And once again, a round of applause for her. Well done, Thinkers Tribe, the lead speaker, Esther Solomon. Now, she has laid a fiery foundation. And trust me, the Focus Tribe are not going to sit back and watch. So, as an instant reply to the Thinkers Tribe, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring up on screen the representative of the Focus Tribe. Please put your hands together for her. Let's see the comments. Let's see the comments. Let's see the comments. Let's see the applause. Let's see the fire signs. Give it up for the Focus Tribe. I yield the mic.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, global audience. Good evening, chairman. Good evening, moderators. Good evening, timekeepers, and my fellow debaters. I am Rokalke Igejemima of the Focus Tribes, and I'll be debating on the topic that says youth engagement in grassroots politics. Isn't it beautiful right from day one, where we gather to celebrate an impact of a king, of a man that has laid so much impact even in his rest. And let's also note that he started at a youthful age and is none other person than our own lion, Ubong King. Now, firstly, we need to understand that youth engagement is beyond contest. Presently in Nigeria, we have a population of over 200 million people. And luckily enough, 70% of those people are youth. 70% of those people are youth. In every society, in every nation, in every organization, the youth plays a fundamental and predominant role in politics, either negatively or positively. And presently, we have 71% of out of 12.2 million of those that registered for independence, for the registration of voters card, we have over 1.2 million of those people, and 71% of those people are youth. So we see in the past that those people that fought for the independence of Nigeria started in a young age. So as Ubong once said, it is not the function of the size, it is the function of your attitude. Now, what then is your attitude? Before we dive right into that, know that young people build this nation. As Ubong once said, you were not brought down here by God to just occupy space, but you were brought down here to solve problems. So how can you solve problems? You start solving problem by being part of the problem. We are young. I am a young person, and we are young. We are risk takers. We think outside the box. So this is a wake-up call. We've left politics for, let's say, the older ones, and we'll see how it has been over the years. So this is a wake-up call. We are tired of playing the background. We need to be the drivers. We need to be the detectors of who will rule us. So how can we then be these detectors? How can we then be the actors? Number one, we need to start showing people that our vote matters. Now we need to notice that youth stop involving into politics, and that's why they involved in the negative aspect. So this is we showing them that we matter, our votes matter, that we can participate in politics in a positive way. Number two, we need to start creating awareness. So now I said this in two ways. We need to create a long-term awareness and a short-term awareness. Now, for the long-term awareness, we need youth to start involving into politics as leaders. Now, for how long we are in Nigeria, we know how the politics, how they do their things. Now, if you are not above 50 or from 50 years, you cannot be a leader, so to say. So we need to focus on the short term. Now, the short term is coming out to vote and get your PVC. That is the priority. Get your PVC, online sensitization and physical sensitization, publicity, participate in every way, volunteer, do your best. Now we have the smartphone, and that is our path. You need to get your PVC from age 18. Thank God that the 70% of active youth in Nigeria, from 70% are the active youth in Nigeria. So that is like our path by getting a PVC for yourself. So number three, we need economical empowerment. Enough of relying on the godfathers. Now we've noticed that over the years, most people vote because of their selfish interest and what they will gain from their godfathers in politics. For how long are we going to be relying on our godfathers in politics? Why we can get our economical empowerment and be the voice of the country, and be the voice of the nation, and be the voice in that society wherever you find yourself. We need economical empowerment. Enough of relying on our godfather, so to say. Number four, participate positively. Now, over the years, we've noticed that the youth has been participating negatively in online, negatively in voting. We've noticed that even in politics, they participate negatively. Why? That's why they say that we don't have a voice. That's why they say that we don't have anything to play, no role to play in politics. And that is a very wrong one. So we need to change their mindset that yes, we matter. And for that to happen, we need to participate positively. How can we participate positively? We need to stop rigging of election. We need to stop stealing of the ballot paper. We need to stop causing violence. We need to stop taking peanuts to buy our votes. Because these are things that youth are doing these days. People sell their votes for peanuts, but for how long? Now you need to think of the long term. After selling your vote, what's next? After selling your vote for peanuts for 2,000, what next? What next for the next 4 years? For the next 8 years? What will happen to we the Nigeria? That's why I said economical empowerment is very, very important. Because by the time you get this thing, you will know by yourself that your voice matters, your vote matters. Now, Ubong once said that once you make noise, you command attention. The youth need to start making noise. We need to start making noise. We need to roar like a lion. They need to know that, yes, we are the lion in this generation. We want our voice to be heard. Because we see in the past that those that fought for the independence of Nigeria started young. No one started from an old age. So we need to start young. We need to give them this vibe that, yes, we are here. We are here for the change. We are the detectors of who will rule us. We are tired of playing the background role in politics. You need to come out. You need to show them that. You need to show them that you are the dictator of who will rule you. So we notice that in long term, if you try to say, okay, you want to join into the politics as a leader, you find out that it is not possible because of the political rules. So the way you can participate fully short term is by getting your PVC. It can never be overrated. If you've not gotten your PVC, then you are wrong. You are part of the problem we have in Nigeria. You need to get your PVC because 70% of those people that are youth, active youth, are from age 18 to age 30. So you are doing yourself wrong and you are not helping the nation. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Thank you very much. I was busy trying to firm up my notes. And I have to, you all agree with me that that was a fantastic presentation by Rolake Ige for the Focus Tribe. You know, she spent no moment. And the beautiful thing is that she stayed within the time frame. For the first time since we started the debate yesterday, we have someone that stayed within the 5 minute time frame. Please, she deserves all the applause. She deserves all the accolades. Let me see it in the comments. Drop the fire. Come on, come on, come on. Give it up for Rolake Rokal. Sorry, let me not murder your name. The representative of the Focus Tribe. Well done. Well done. Okay. She said a few things. First of all, I'll start by she said that if you do not have a PVC, you are the problem. If you do not, that is a very, in fact, from everything that she has said today, that statement holds a lot of weight. If you do not have the PVC, if you don't have a PVC, you are the problem. So she reeled out quite a number of statistics. She talked about from the population of over 200 million Nigerians estimated, over 70% of that population are youths. And she made us understand that the youth play a fundamental and a predominant role in politics, either negatively or positively. And she went further to say that this time around, that we should depart from the negative part of politics and be more positive. Let's depart from thuggery. Let's depart from ballot box snatching, which is what youths are mostly used for a lot of time. And let's even depart from vote buying. You know, the little money they give you, by the time you calculate it over 4 years, you realize that they would have given you nothing. You know, so she also talked about the recent statistics of those that have registered, the new people that have come out to register, and that 70% of those new registrants are youths. And she also said that the youths need to be the drivers of the change that they want to see. Now, I'm paraphrasing all that she has said. And she also said that they should create long-term and short-term awareness, online and offline. And thank God for the use of the smartphone, that the moment you hit 18 years, that you should start having that orientation and be ready for politics. He said so much, and I can't reel out everything that I put together because of time, but this is going to be on the platform so you can get to watch it later. So let's quickly move on. Okay, once again, an applause for Rukalke Ige. Please let me see the comments once again. Appreciate her representing the Focus Tribe. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are fast trying to wind down so we meet up time. So we'll quickly bring up the second. Okay, just a moment. I think there might be some adjustments to the program. All right. Okay. The adjustment is not much. So we'll quickly move on to the next for the Thinkers Tribe, the second speaker for the Thinkers Tribe, who will in 2 minutes give us a summary of our own presentation in just 2 minutes. I can see Tosin Olomo. You have the floor as I yield the mic. You're welcome. Is Tosin ready for us? Okay, if Tosin is not ready, we'll bring up the second speaker for the Focus Tribe at this point while we're waiting for Tosin to do her 2 minutes. So, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together as we welcome Tolulekwe Omoyeni for the Focus Tribe to do her 2 minutes presentation.
Thank you so much, sir. Good evening, moderator. Good evening, honorable members. Good evening, fellow troublemakers in the house. Good evening, the chairman. Good evening, the timekeeper. I am a focused tribe ambassador, and today I'm going to be following up with points based on what my colleague has said. The first thing she said, youth are to be drivers. She said youth are to be drivers of this purpose. Why should youth be drivers of this purpose? I'm going to list and elaborate 3 major reasons why you should be drivers when it comes to grassroots politics. One, we are powerful and we are capable of bringing in innovative ideas that can turn the economy of the country around for the better. Another reason why youth should engage in grassroots politics is because we take calculative risks and we are able to make use of technology to improve, integrate, and also change the tradition systems that has actually clogged the progress of our country. The third and not the least reason why youth should engage in grassroots politics is because we are vibrant, we are energetic, we are creative, we are fast thinkers, we are inventive, and we are oriented. Before I continue, I'm going to be taking a quote from the king of the troublemakers himself, Dr. Ubong King, who has lived and whose legacy will never fade out. He said in one of his impact sessions that whatever you look on, wherever there is a will, there is a way. Focusing the touch on one of the key words from our topic, youth, Dr. Ubong King said something again in one of his sessions. He said that your age has significant responsibilities. I'll take that again. Your age, in brackets, youth, has responsibilities. And when you understand your age and what you should do, at a particular time, success is inevitable.
Thank you. Your time is on.
Thank you very much, Tolu. Let me call you
So
Tolu
I
for short.
I can hear echo.
It's not an echo. That's your alarm to stop. Your 2 minutes is done. All right. Thank you very much, Tolu. That was a wonderful presentation. She gave us all the punchline in the 2-minute window. And she talked about the reasons why the youth are the drivers of this process, of the electioneering process, or rather the political process. And I paraphrase, she said the youths are powerful and the youths are innovative. She said that the youth take calculative risk. And she also said because they are vibrant, they are energetic, they are fast thinkers, and on and on and on. Then she quoted Dr. Ubong King, and Dr. Ubong King said that your age, in quote, youth, has significant responsibility. So she has given us that backup for the Focus Tribe. And I want to say thank you and well done. So at this moment, we'll move on to the next presentation, which is the last presentation for the... Is Tosin Olomo ready for us, for the Thinkers Tribe? Is Tosin ready? Okay, I think we'll quickly move on. We'll have to bring back studio. Is Tosin ready for us? Okay. Apparently, Tosin is not ready for us. So we'll quickly go back to Esther for another 2 minutes. Esther, are you ready? Just round up in 2 minutes, and it's a scoring presentation. So it's an opportunity to gather more points for the Thinkers Tribe in 2 minutes as I yield the mic.
Thank you once again for the opportunity. Martin Luther said, I have a dream to change the nation, a dream to be the best wherever I'm found. That is the power of a youth, and that is where it lies in. Dr. Ubong King said that the power of the world lies in the mindset of the youth. Yes, cheers to digital skills, where every youth is getting acquainted with the available resources, and then they are good to go. Just imagine a youth being the leader of today. Of course, we're going to involve every digital skill that is here, and we're going to appreciate the use of technology. Remember, the grassroots politics is simply telling us about the geographical area where we find ourselves, which is an important factor to play. Enough of agbado, enough of corn. Yes, cheers to technology, cheers to greatness, because the power lies in us. And whatever it is that we find ourselves doing, we tend to do it with all optimism, and then it becomes a success. Of course, you have changed your mindset at this point in time that youth can be involved in grassroots politics. Wherever you find yourself, be a change maker. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much, Esther. She went straight to the point, to buttress the point that she had earlier, the second presentation for the Thinkers Tribe, and she did it in less than 2 minutes, and it is scoring. So we're driving this to an end, and the plan is to shut this down by 9 p.m. on the dot. So at this instant, we'll bring up the studio for some presentations while the judges collate the scores. Let us know the results. So we have an interlude. Studio, take it away.
The Bible says, teach us to number our days, that we might apply our heart to wisdom. The greatest mistake anybody can make is not to understand time and season.
I came to talk. I came to gist. I came to swagger. I came to ginger. I came to vibrate. If you're going to succeed tomorrow, make your head sweat. You won't die. Decisions make men. Till you see it in your eye, you cannot get it. Nothing starts until you start. When you start, everything starts. Find where you are going to first. When you define your target, direction appears automatically, and then your direction will connect you to your association. Success is not that I'm the best in this industry. I am the most obsessed. Gravity is a law. Whatever goes up must come down. You can never stay up forever. So if you are going up, learn to build people beside you. Learn to grow with people. Learn to carry others along. Because if you don't carry others along, when you get to the peak, there'll be nobody to give you support system from one level to the other. Once the light shines, the power of that bulb has begun to die. As you are shining today, you are already depleting the energy you are carrying. The resources that took you there is burning out. That bulb cannot stay on forever. Another bulb will replace it. So as you succeed, know that your expiry time has come. So start getting others ready who will either take your place or you can mentor them. Learn to be part of making history. I am not afraid of an army of lions led by a sheep.
Ubong King's love and passion for people did not start when he got married to me. It did not start when he started Protection Plus, because way back then, he was somebody that people used to mill around. He was somebody who was always ready to lend a helping hand, and he had a passion for people. I remember when we were cutting, he used to say to me that he wants a situation where He even said he wanted to have a large farm that he will be feeding so many people from there. So he had that vision, he had that aspiration. When Ubong King passed, he was 48 years old. This year, he would have been 50. And I sat down with the team at the foundation and we agreed that we're not going to just let this year pass like that, unmarked, that we're going to make sure that we commemorate it in a way that this world remembers that there was a man called Ubong King. So there are quite a number of activities that are lined up in his memory. There are still more that will come even after now. But in this month of his birthday, we have debate, because the Ubong King Foundation is made up of 6 tribes, and the tribes are going to be debating. There are very interesting topics that they'll be debating on, prizes to be won. We are making calls on social media for anyone who has ever had an Ubong King encounter, because there was an outpour of tributes when he passed on. There were tribute calls where people came on the calls, and a lot of testimonials that I've never heard in my life. People shared their encounters, people shared how Ubong King impacted on them, and we are making that call in this period that if Ubong King has impacted on you in any way, please do not keep it to yourself. Share to encourage somebody. We're also looking at a luncheon stroke fundraiser for the activities lined up at the Ubong King Foundation, because we have quite a number of things coming up. You will not even believe it. Some things we cannot even unveil now, but just watch out for the Ubong King Foundation, because there's quite a number of activities planned, and we plan to be very, very responsible and accountable to every sponsor, every single individual who supports us to ensure that these plans come to life. So follow us on our social media pages and ensure that you take part in at least one of those competitions, in one of those challenges on social media. Reach out to us, and we are waiting to hear from you.
An eagle does not relate with chickens. If you're an eagle, stop talking to chickens.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. This month is special to us for the obvious reason. On the 22nd of this month will be the 50th posthumous birthday of someone who came and made such an indelible impact in the life of people. Let me ask you, what can 20,000 do for you right now? So how can you win? Pick any of Dr. Ubong King's video. You post that particular video on your Instagram page and tag at Ubong King Foundation, at Ubong King Foundation. Then, as part of the content accompanying the video, you're going to enlist what you learned in the video and the action step, the pragmatic action. You could be among the 5 blessed people that will be receiving 20,000 naira just to say thank you for your time and the effort. All right.
An eagle does not relate with chickens.
All the best.
If you're an eagle, stop talking to chicken.
All right, thank you very much, studio, and we are back on the final stretch. We have 15 minutes to shut this down, and thank you very much, Ambassador Mrs. King. There are lots of events that we have lined up for this month of August. Tomorrow by 8 p.m., once again, we have another battle, and this time it's going to be between the creative tribe versus the organizers. So, like you know, the way it runs, yesterday, the Energizers knocked out the Disruptors, so they've moved on to the next stage of the competition. Tonight, one more tribe will be knocked off, and another tribe will advance to the next stage. And 8 p.m., they'll be talking about the total man, business, family, and relationship. I'm sure you don't want to miss that. So make it a date. Tell your friends, get yourself ready, charge up your phones, get your data, 8 p.m. tomorrow. And you can tell we don't waste your time. We'll be out of here before 9. Okay, the results will be ready in a moment. But before then, let me just give you a rundown of the events that we have that you can be part of for this month of August. We have a hangout with Ubong King on the 17th, and we have two special guests. The publicity will be going out anytime after tomorrow. It happens on the 17th from 7 p.m. Two power people. I won't disclose who they are, but when the publicity starts, like tomorrow or the day after, you get to know who they are. And we also have the learn and win promo, which is ongoing. You stand a chance of winning for 5 people 20,000 naira each, a bounty of 100,000, and you also can win the UK Experience box, which has a T-shirt, has flash drive, and some other things inside. So take part in the Learn and Win promo. The publicity is on our platforms. Check us out on Instagram at Ubong King Foundation, on Twitter, Thinkation UKF. We are on TikTok as Ubong King Foundation. Go there, check out a lot of beautiful videos. And of course, Facebook, Ubong King, the page, not the account. And finally, the YouTube, Ubong Thompson King. So make use of these platforms and get to be informed, and also at the same time be transformed. There's a lot of information that we have up there. Then we are also receiving testimonial videos. You're going to see a couple of them going up as the month goes by. So if you have a testimonial video, if you've encountered Ubong in anywhere, either physically or virtually, or by just from a distance, send us a video, a short video, as we mark this special month, as we count down to his 50th posthumous birthday. And also, we have a luncheon. The details will come up later. And the big masquerade, January 2023, we are going to be having Thinkation. And this time around, it's going to be full open Thinkation as you know it. So make your plans 28th of January 2023 at the Harbor Point Event Center, Victoria Island. So mark your calendars and get ready. It's going to be huge. Okay, the judge is ready, the results are ready. So, ladies and gentlemen, I wonder who you think is tonight's winner. I wouldn't know. The judge is going to give us that result. But for those of you watching, let me see your comments. Who you think is tonight's winner? Is it the guys from the Focus tribe, or is it the guys from the Thinkers tribe? Now, if you think anybody has not won, no problem. But let me see your comments. Let me see. We are not preempting anything. This is your own score. We have a judge in the house. So, ladies and gentlemen, please let's welcome Judge Ruth. Let's welcome Judge Ruth as I yield the mic. You're welcome, ma'am.
All right, Alvin, thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Um, today was a different level altogether. It appears as though Focused and Thinkers Tribe decided to watch yesterday and then just up the game in every way. They came on with such heat, such energy. Energizers were yesterday, but the energy level somehow today was just much. The competition in the air was very tight, and honestly, I was blown away. I love the approach both parties took to the topic, and it did give me a lot of work on some level. We had Esther come up first, who went about it. Or let me put it this way: it's like we're having vision and mission. You know how tight the comparison can be between the two. That's what so look like two faces of a coin, but it's the same thing. Esther came in as the doer. She gave us how to approach this, gave us example of an individual who had worked up the ranks as a youth. So you can see a life example. Then she didn't just stop at that. She made us realize that she too was a doer in her own right. She was speaking to us in her capacity as a PRO. So whatever thing that she was listing out for us were things that she had worked on. And one thing about Bon King, for example, that made him stand out amongst a lot of other motivational speakers was the authenticity to his message. The things Mr. King talked about were the parts, the values that he had enshrined in himself as a person, and he had worked. So when you hear his voice ring, it was coming directly from the soul. And Esther was giving us that same vibe this evening. She wasn't just reeling out things that anyone could do. She was saying, I had seen this example, I am at this age, and I have done this. And Esther, it was like you were even struggling to manage yourself in the 4 minutes that you had. Clearly, if we had given you 10 minutes, you have enough to tell us because you were speaking from your heart. Rokalke, on the other hand, was another. She took a different dimension that was very different from Esther. Esther was giving us a path of a doer, so she was telling us as a youth, these are things you could do. Rokake just came in like an expert on the matter. Somehow you won't even see her age because there was where I had some comparisons between their oratory styles. Rokake was in control all through. Esther was speaking from her heart. Rokake was just came in with the facts and the figures, told us how to go about it, told us why youth had it, and in short, Tolu just even killed it again. In a way, I really do miss the fact that Tosin was again because I was looking forward to what Tosin had when I saw and listened to all the things Tolu had added. Now, the gap between both tribes was very minimal. So that I'm at a loss whether I should add Tolu, but I don't think I want to take out Tolu because she had obviously prepared and she had a wonderful dish set before. So we all lost that we couldn't get Tosin because seeing a wonderful speaker as Esther, I really was looking forward to what Tosin would give. Rokake was very strategic in her approach about it. She looked at it first as though it was a kernel, as if it wasn't connected to her. Then she started drawing out from the heart. She was very holistic in her approach. She had this talking about the economic empowerment side of it. As youth, people don't really think of does my economic empowerment make me lose my voice or not? No. But Rokake made a very, very beautiful connection. So today, you could listen to one person and think you've had all of it on that topic, only to hear the other party, and then you just realize, oh, this topic is a very fast one. And we had people who had their fingers on the topic. Unfortunately, we have to have a winner. So this thing was just making me rack my brain really seriously. But I think the clincher, why we have as much gap as we do between both tribes is because we had a Tolu and we didn't have a Tosin. So but I do not see any justifiable reason why I should take Tolu out. We don't know why Tosin is here. Tosin wasn't here. So to discuss now, confidence, I rated both of them the same, 7.0, both parties. Content, Esther had 22. That's the Tinker's tribe. On clarity, she had 15. On oratory skills, she had 17. And on presentation, the tribe had 15. I talked about a glide yesterday, and we saw Dikachi have that glide, that momentum. But today we saw someone who didn't have a glide per se, but she just came in at 95%, for example, and she stayed on through at 95%. In short, she kept just broadening the scope of the topic and the depth of our talk. So we have focus having 7.0 for confidence. Content, Rokake had 24. It's a very narrow gap between her and Esther. For clarity, she had 16. For oratory skills, I was wowed at the fact that she just kept maintaining it despite deepening the topic. So she had 19, and on the presentation, she had 16, making her 82, making her and Focus Tribe 82, and Esther and the Thinkers Tribe had 77. A very narrow win. It's just that one had to emerge a winner, and because content, there had been some increasing depth about the content. Some I played out on the other path. Esther, if I had my way, I would tie both of you on the same, because I really want you to know that. Because yours was, let me not just beat it, but yours was just too perfect, but there really had to be a winner. Tolu pulled in all her punches, and so Tolu had 4, now making the total for Focus Drive 86. Unfortunately, we have Tosin, who couldn't get the content of what he or she was going to present. So we had a 0 for Tosin, and so sadly, Tinker's Tribe is remaining at 77. But frankly, both of you are very powerful speakers, despite the approach you had towards it and your oratory styles. They are very different, very, very different, but very, very strong. Congratulations, both of you. Personally, in my estimation, both of you are winners, not just because I had to say that, but the styles you brought in, you approached of it, very different, very sound. You have elevated the status of this competition to no greater extent. Thank you very much for your job well done. I'm done now, Ben.
Okay, thank you very much, Judge Ruth. Succinctly captured. And thank you very much for sparing a moment to be with us to come and anchor the results part for us. Thank you. And of course, you know, we love you. Hopefully, we have one more debate and we'll find a way of bringing you back. We'll press all the buttons and see how that can happen. Thank you once again. Okay, so like I said yesterday, yeah, it's a battle, it's a challenge, it's a debate, call it what you want. But the important thing is that if you put everything together, you have a whole presentation on youth engagement in grassroots politics, regardless of how the result went. So for tonight, ladies and gentlemen, at 2 minutes to 9 p.m. on the 9th day of August 2022. We call it a wrap, and we want to say congratulations to the Focus Tribe for being the winners of today's debate. So, also, honorably, the Thinkers Tribe have been eased out of the competition. So the Focus Tribes have advanced to the next stage, and details of the next stage will be communicated. Like I said, we are all winners here because we've learned from what has happened this evening. So on behalf of Ambassador Mrs. Onyeme Ivy King, all the volunteer force at the Ubong King Foundation, the friends, the family, and everyone that has supported this project, I want to say congratulations once again to all of us as we are winners. 8 p.m. tomorrow, 8 p.m. tomorrow, we are going to have an epic battle, and it's going to be between the creative tribe and the organizers tribe. And they'll be talking about the total man, business, family, and relationship. You sure do not want to miss that. And I'm sure it's going to be a lot better than what we've seen today. So make it a date, tell your friends, and also be part of the other activities that I've listed, that I mentioned earlier. Check our platforms, follow us on Twitter, Thinkation UKF, follow us on Facebook, Ubong King, the page, Instagram, Ubong King Foundation, YouTube, Ubong Thompson King, TikTok, Ubong King Foundation. See you tomorrow by 8 p.m. And within the day, just watch our platforms and see we are going to come up with a lot of updates. We have Hangout with Ubong King coming up with 2 powerful people. Get involved in the Learn and Win promo. You stand a chance of winning some cool money. No money is too small. Something for your data. You can never tell. You know, the way this country is, you need all the monies you can lay your hands on. And also you can win a gift box with some beautiful items inside. So, my name is Ekerete Alvin Ikpe, the Alvinator, and I want to say, have a beautiful night. Good night.
Gravity is a law. Whatever goes up must come down. You can never stay up forever. So if you are going up, learn to build people beside you. Learn to grow with people. Learn to carry others along. Because if you don't carry others along, when you get to the peak, there will be nobody to give you support system from one level to the other. Once the light shines, the power of that bulb has begun to die. As you are shining today,